Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well. In this video we are going to talk about if statements. What is if statement? We use if statement for conditional and decision making stuff. For example, when you want to make a decision in your program, for example, if this situation is true, do this. If it is not true, do that. Or when you want to compare two things, for example, if x is greater than y, do this. If it is not, do that. So generally, if a statement is going to check a condition and see that the condition is true or not. Let's do it by some examples. For example, imagine I have a program and it is going to check that whether an animal is a cat or not. So what should we do? For this we write if and we write the statement. Generally the statement that is in between the parentheses, it can be true or false. For example, in this statement this is going to be true. Then we put colon after the statement. As you can see, when I hit enter, the Python put some indentation before the line. It shows that the lines in this indentation are for the if statement. So we are going to print, for example, it is a cat. It means that if this condition is true, do this line. So let's run the program. As you can see, it is displaying that it is a cat. So if we are going to change this to false, and let's see what is going to happen, nothing is going to happen because the condition is false, so it is not going to enter this condition. Let's add another condition with putting else. What else is for? It means that, okay, if this condition is correct and true, do this line. Else, it means if this is not the correct condition, okay, go to the other part. So, for example, we are going to type it is not a cat. So, as you can see, it is not a cat. Okay, in a conclusion, if this condition is correct, it is going to do this line. If it is not correct, it is going to do this line. Let's do some more flexibilities to the program. For example, we want to check that the animal is cute or not, and if it is a cat or not, both of them at the same time. Okay, we add another variable is cute, which is going to show that the animal is cute or not. For this, if we put and, it means that both of the conditions should be correct. So is cat should be correct and is cute should be correct. In this case, it is going to execute this line. So it is a cat and it is cute. Let's run the program and we can see it is a cat and it is cute. If we make one of the Boolean variables false, so because one of them is false, it is going to do to execute the next line. What if we want to have only one of them correct? In this case, we write all. So it means that this one is correct or this one is correct. So it is going to check the conditions and if one of them is going to be correct. For example, it is going to check conditions and if one of them is going to be correct, it is going to execute this line. So if it is a cat or if it is cute. So you can see, it's a cat and it is cute. If we make both of the variables false, it is not a cat, it is going to do the second one. Or again, if we make one of them true, again it is going to go to the first line. So when we use AND, both of the conditions should be correct, this one and this one. When we use OR, one of them should be correct. Now let's do if statements on numbers. For example, I have two numbers, num1 and num2, and the values for them, for example, are 20 and 200. Let's compare them. Okay, let's see which one is greater, which one is, okay, are they equal or not. Again, we are going to use if. We are going to put the condition num1. For example, if num1 is greater than num2, okay, so let's do this one. For example, print the first number is greater. If the second number is greater, what we should do? In this case, for adding more conditions, we use elif. So elif, the second number is going to be greater than the first number. So in this case, print, okay, we should indent all the time. The second number is greater, and what if they are equal? So in other cases, print, okay, they are equal. Okay, let's run the program and see. If you see that the second number is greater, so this code should be executed. As you can see, the second number is greater. Now let's make the first number greater and see what happens. Okay, the first number is greater because this condition is going to be great. And if they make them equal, okay, they are equal. So in conclusion, if a statement is for comparing something, having some conditions and checking the condition that it is correct or not. For example, here we have some conditions, they are inside the parentheses, and the if statement is comparing, is looking at the condition, and based on the conditions and which one is correct, which one is true, it is going to execute the codes of lines for that condition. If it is correct, this line. If it is correct, this line. And we can put more lines of code. For example, I can add more lines. Okay, and if the first one is going to be greater, these two are going to be executed. The first number is greater, more lines.